My name is Margaret Ann Windsor. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 1941, and I was born in 1939. I was brought to Moulton, Alabama, and placed in a pigsty is what it amounted to, and given the name Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married at Childers. Peggy Ann Dempsey was a twin to Carl, and they were illegitimate. The daughter and son are twins of Lina Dempsey. They were born out of wedlock, and she killed both the twins, so she would have faced the gas chamber in Alabama had it been told. So I grew up being told that my name was Peggy Dempsey. I didn't find out until '83 when I was in a political campaign to replace Larry McDonald, U.S. Congressman, physician from Alabama, who, by the way, I had written a medical malpractice about in 1977-78, and was trying to get it published in '79, and issued a letter from the U.S. Attorney's Office. The FBI had been to their office, and it was issued June the 23rd of '79 of an ongoing FBI investigation, national security involved. Now I'm going to jump to this involved doctors, and this is Hustler magazine because I was flown out there during the campaign in '83 to replace Larry McDonald, congressman doctor, that I'd written about. The plane he was on, the JAL Korean jetliner, had been shot down by the Soviet Union because it veered out of into their airspace. And by the way, Nixon was on that plane, same plane, and taken off in Juneau, Alaska. Here's the Larry Flint was shot while I was doing the book. I was at Moonraker Apartments, and the title of the book was MD, A License to Kill. And he was shot on March the 6th of '78, and the person who killed his attorney and shot him in Lawrenceville, Georgia, which was nearby, was programmed. I want to show something here. It's the only thing I have right at the moment. Well, I hope I didn't show my feet. I guess I did. Not very professional, but then I'm a hostage, and I'm laughing because of the hideousness of it all. I'm 75 years old, and there hasn't been a day that a law hasn't been broken against me, and I haven't been tortured. So if I laugh, it's trying to get through it. This is the diagnosis that I had. Autoimmune disease, and I don't know this other one, but I know that it has to do because with chemicals that I've been forced to inhale, and I have been forced to inhale them. If this was done to anybody else, you would have everybody, attorneys, civil rights, everyone, and it causes arthritis, the inflammation caused from it, and it tears up my immune system attacks itself. Right now I'm having trouble with an eye because of it. I'm showing you this because I have been made to look like this. This was the Roanoke Times back before 1970, before 19, okay, wait a minute, before 1999, I guess. They wrote articles, so why would they do that on and off about me? But they were lies and half-truths. This happened to be published, but it was picked up from here by the Atlanta Journal, who, by the way, knew the truth. So did everybody in Atlanta, I would think, the media, the cops. But I want to, I did a book on medical malpractice, trying to get rid of my foot here. By the way, I want to say this on the prior tape video I just did has all this about my father and my kidnapping, who did it, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and my own Uncle George VI and Elizabeth. And that's an old photo of me and my son's Mark, and then Scott are heirs. And I'm a hostage, and so are they. I don't even know if my sons are still alive. So what I want to focus on right at the moment, if I can get it on there, I spent a lot of time trying to give background. When I did the book, Jimmy Carter was governor of Georgia, and then he became president. Now, I remember they got stuff, and the FBI went in and had stuff on, oh God, what was his name? I can't think of his name now. They put him under investigation. He was Jimmy Carter's counsel. He was in his staff, and I can't remember his name. But what has been done is the FBI can put you under investigation, or you've committed a crime, and they've got people to get in on the things that were done to me, which is not right. It's illegal. But I'm the one getting whipped up on. I can't even say my name is Windsor and that I'm a hostage. I'm called nuts, or I live in fear of being locked up. And I've lived a hell of a life. I've lived on the Appalachian Trail, freezing, starving. I want to get back to just trying to live. I want to get back to when I was kidnapped and brought over here, and is the main point, because right at the moment they're talking about Mandela and just about everybody in the world, UN, you got all the presidents, heads of state. Well, I sit here 75 years old. I've been a hostage all my life, and because of who did it to me and the backlash, if it were forced to be what they did to me over my lifetime and my sons and to the British, I don't think it would sit well with them. What they've done, the media, and I guess I'm focusing that on the TV, they can make or break you like they did my father. That was a total lie. He wasn't even married to Wallace Simpson. An imposter did. My uncle had taken him down. I'm a hostage. There's not many people that don't know it. They knew it before me, the media. They won't print it. But when I'm rambling here, I know. I'm trying to get this on because, and I'm not going to. It's going to be cut off again, the time. I was brought over to the Dempsey's in horrible existence. Grew up with the wrong name, Peggy Ann Dempsey, married to Childers. Okay, I'm going to skip to about 62, 61, 62, and we'd moved, my husband and I had moved back to Huntsville, which is a space center, and I went to a psychiatrist there. I'd had my sons 11 and a half months apart, Mark and Scott, and I felt a little depressed. And I went to a Jewish doctor, Hyman Miller, and there weren't that many doctors in Huntsville because Huntsville was booming because of the space industry, and that has to do with my kidnapping. You don't just get money. You can get all these other things that scientists and you name it, not in treaties that are illegal, but they're signed just to keep me alive, or my sons alive at that time. When they were born, they became hostages. But I went to Hyman Miller and the psychiatrist, and there were just a few doctors in Huntsville at that time, not that many. And his Dr. Berg, female, her husband was Jewish, and he was a doctor, and she's the anesthesiologist. She's an MD for Miller. They gave me a false diagnosis, which was a license to kill me, really, like diagnosis murder. It was a totally fraud diagnosis, which allowed them to shock me, to give me psychotic drugs. So you got psychological